Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode talk of Dragon Ball Daima, and also welcome to the finale. So, does it all the things that everyone wants it to do? No, not even close. I hate to say it, but I gave it a chance, one final chance, and it just did not work out, now did it, alright? So, before we get into all of the problems, let's get into the episode proper. We'll go into the problems, then I'll talk about the show as a whole, and then I'm gonna final score it and end it. So, starting off, this episode immediately starts off. No intro, no nothing. Let's get straight into it, and Goku charges at Goma and punches him a bunch, and the third eye just keeps healing him. This guy is like a legendary Pokemon in like older Pokemon games. Oh, you want to catch Mewtwo? Recover. Oh, you want to catch Lugia? Recover. Oh, you want to catch Groudon? Rest. It's so annoying. But we do get some really cool action sequences, and this looks beautiful with Super Saiyan 4 against Goma. But I can understand people having a problem with it because it's basically Goku Super Saiyan 4 fighting a sponge. Because Goma just takes hits, gets damage, gets healed up, rinse and repeat. So I can understand where people can be bored with this. I wasn't, but it was close. So at one point, Goku just flexes and then hugs Goma, but Goma then surrounds him by rocks, but Goku pushes those things away, and they keep fighting. Then they go like inside of the platform that they're in, and that looks really cool. Goma has a bunch of balls that shoot lasers, but Goku dodges all that and punches Goma once again. And then we come to the big thing, because there's not really much to talk about. Goku punches Goma. Goku punches Goma. That's basically it. So we come to the, basically the big thing. And that is Goku charging. First of all, he charges himself up, makes himself really powerful. And then he charges up the Kamehameha. And this might be one of the coolest Kamehamehas ever. But he fires it at Goma straight through his stomach, while also making gigantic holes through each of the demon realms. By the way, it goes through all of it. That'll come into play later on. And then it's Piccolo's turn to be useful. So Goma's like, oh god, I have a hole. Piccolo's like, punch one, punch two. And as Goma is moving, Goma punches, accidentally slaps Piccolo away. And Piccolo fails. Why are you even in this show? I know people said that, like when they talk about GT, that Piccolo should have gone with the gang. This kind of proves he should not have gone with the gang. Because why are you even here? Everything you do could be filled by anyone else. We do not need you. I don't get why you're here. You're a disgrace. So Goma charges up, fully heals back up as everyone kind of gets pushed away by electrical fields. He charges up the platform that creates energy fields that just push everyone away, which actually looks really cool. However, because of all of the stuff that has happened, Ku with the book has landed behind Goma. So Ku with the book hits him once, hits him twice, and hits him thrice. And the eye pops out and it's over. Yes, that's how it ends. A classic gag from Mr. Toriyama himself. Fusion bugs? Nope. Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta? Nope, none of that stuff. He just ended like that. And to be honest, it was Ku, so I can't be mad, okay? I mean, I wish it was Piccolo, but I can't be mad when Ku does something, because he felt throughout this entire show basically as the child that doesn't get loved by mommy, because he instantly failed and then did everything perfectly. He finally got some recognition in the last episode because he could read, and now he beat Goma, which afterwards he's like, what, I can't win? I can't beat the bad guy? What's that all about? But Glorio then steps on the eye and kills it. Goma has been shrunk back to normal. Neva mocks him a little bit. That was a short reign. Yeah. And then Marba appears together with Orinzu. And then Orinzu teleports Dagesu in there as well. And then it's alright, you're gonna be in prison for 100 years. And then through some talking, Goma eventually well, I'm a good guy. Piccolo's alright, we'll make it 99 years. I guess that's the contribution you're gonna have in this show. And Goma and Dagesu get trapped basically by the evil containment wave, or as it's known, Mafuba. And yeah, basically gets trapped for 99 years. So after that is said and done, since Goma's gone and, Dabura didn't really return, we need a new king. And they want to give the title of ruler of the demon realm to Orinzu. But then Orinzu is like, yeah, that's not gonna happen. I mean, let's be honest here. I'm not all that strong, as is evident throughout the show. If I was that strong, I didn't need Majin Buu. So if I'm gonna be the ruler, I will be overthrown in seconds by more powerful people. So instead, I'm not gonna do it, okay? I don't want it because of the fact that the wish didn't work. If the wish worked and I was all powerful, I would have done it, but no. So then Neva is like, well, technically, the one who beat the previous king gets the title. And if you remember, it wasn't Goku that beat the previous king. It was Majin Buu. He becomes the new king of the demon realm. And he accepts. And he gets a cape. I love it, dude. My boy, finally. We're all so proud of you. So then now, Buu decides to hand out some jobs. Arinsu becomes the vice demon king. We have the fact that Glorio, Pansy's dad, and also Hybis, I guess, all become ministers. We have the fact that Neva and Marble will also get jobs. I forgot if he actually said jobs. But basically, they'll also get jobs. He just hands out jobs, and some of them are like, he might actually be good at this job. We're like, what? So then he wants to make a minister out of one of the main gang as well. But then Goku's like, nah, we're going home. You know, it's not really all of, we're just gonna go home. So then after that, we have the farewell. But before that, Bulma gets some Magilite. And Goku apparently has trained a lot. Because Vegeta's mad about the fact that Goku hit Super Saiyan 4 from him. Which actually gets name dropped. This is Super Saiyan 4. However, Goku apparently trained a lot. And he did not know if it was going to work. The way that I see it is the fact that Goku almost had it. Just give him another month of training and he would have gotten Super Saiyan 4 on his own. Neva just fast-tracked that bad boy. And then also, Vegeta's like, it's a Super Saiyan bargain sale. And Goku's like, you had Super Saiyan 3? And then Vegeta's like, no. That was Ultra Vegeta 1. That's what that was. That was Ultra Vegeta 1. Okay? And also, Piccolo and Dende won't stay in the demon realm. But maybe other Namekians will. Dende will apparently get the word out. And also, as the gang is leaving, Vegeta doesn't want to shake hands, so Pansy grabs his arm and shakes his hand for him. And then after that, we have a little bit of a credit sequence to see everyone except Gohan, because of course, why not? Being back in adults, we got some fun stuff. And then to end the show, before we leave fully, let's stop by the shop to buy some more revival bugs. And alright, here we go. Classic Toriyama gag incoming. Because first of all, Bulma's like, oh, these things are pretty cool. And then she turns around and is like, oh god, they're actual bugs. And then Pansy picks up a pot. Also, the shop clerk is like, weren't you like 8 years old yesterday? How did you become 40 in like a day? Which I thought was funny. But Pansy grabs something. She blows the dust away. And then it's like, oh god, there are more evil eyes. Apparently this shop is just selling them. But she's only sold one because of how expensive they are. And I'm like, really? An item like this has never been stolen. Really? You're telling me that no one has ever stole this item? Because these people, they don't look all that tough. So someone could break in here, beat them up, steal one of these eyes, and take over. But you know what? It's another... let's be funny. Classic Toriyama the way that is. Also, this is uploaded the day after Toriyama passed away. R.I.P. the boy. But the influence that he's had is just insane. Thank you for everything, Toriyama. And that's basically where the episode ends. So the gang heads outside of the demon realm, I guess, off screen. And overall, I enjoyed this episode. Now then, let's go into problem 1 of 2. We have 2 big problems that we need to talk about. We have continuity and then the series talk, which is both of them are gonna be less positive than people may want. So let's start off with continuity problems. But before we do that, I would like to say that Dragon Ball Super also doesn't fit into continuity because you have to rewrite a bunch of stuff. Let me explain what I mean. So, basically, back in the day, I think this was before Battle of Gods, back in the year of 2013, Toriyama decided to do kind of a return to Dragon Ball, but I don't know if it was fully intentional of being part of Dragon Ball until later on, because I haven't read it. But he released a little bit of a manga called Jacko the Patrolman that throws continuity immediately out the window, because it just doesn't fit. Because apparently, since Bulma was young, she has met an alien. meaning that any reaction that she has in Dragon Ball is just gone. Also, why didn't she think to call the Galactic Patrol on Frieza? Or anything like that. Like, that is a big continuity error. But if you want to really talk about the continuity error, you have the Dragon Ball Minus bonus chapter that was released. A rewritten thing about Goku's origin story. That story basically states that a couple of years after Goku was born, he was like sent to Earth instead of immediately as a baby in that sense. That goes against the continuity that was established before. Also, during the Namek Saga, Frieza, when he sees Goku, is like, "Hey, you, I know you." That is because Toriyama was inspired by the Bardock special and, in a way, made that canon because he loved it that much. However, in Dragon Ball Minus, there is no real interaction between Frieza and Bardock. So why would Frieza remember Bardock decades after Planet Vegeta was blown up? Like, in the special, Bardock basically learns of Frieza's plan, and he rallies everyone in order to fight against Frieza. Meanwhile, in the special, or at least in the manga, he doesn't really do that kind of stuff. So he's not really memorable. Those are big continuity errors, and everyone just ignores it. And these are canonized in Dragon Ball Super because of the fact that Jaco appears in it, we have the Galactic Patrol, and Dragon Ball Super Broly. But nobody talks about that because nobody cares. Those are big continuity errors that nobody really wants to talk about. Now let's talk about these continuity errors, okay? First of all, Super Saiyan 4. Yeah, nothing been done, okay? No explanation given because people are like, oh, it can only be used in the demon realm. Yeah, that's not true. Which, to be honest, I'm happy about because I love Super Saiyan 4. And it means that it could potentially return later on. But it does kind of propose a little bit of a problem because when Goku fights against Beerus in the manga, he goes Super Saiyan 3. And he's like, this is my final form. After this, there is nothing more. In the anime, the Japanese version, he basically states, yeah, this is about all I got. You know, this is my strongest form. And in the dub, he has the one where it actually doesn't officially state that this is his ace or that there aren't any forms after this. Because in the dub, he just says, yeah, this is my real power. Which does not fully imply the fact that there's any power after that. You know, it could be. There could be Super Saiyan 4. But this causes a big problem, okay? Also, Kibito and Shin, unfused. They don't refuse. Now, you could say off-screen, I guess they refused in order to unfuse later on. But they just don't do that. Also, I was mistaken, and I would like to put on record that I was mistaken. So, in earlier videos, I said that the whole explanation of the lore behind, you know, like the multiple universes was explained to Goku and Goku only. So it did not matter because Goku can forget stuff. Yeah, I rewatched that in preparation for this video. Apparently I was wrong. Vegeta and Bulma and Piccolo are there as well. So that is a continuity error officially. Because why would they forget? But yeah, those are the big ones. Those are the big ones. And, yeah. I mean, this is supposed to be connected to Super. Like a prequel to Super. So how do we explain it away? Well, it's the easy one. No one's gonna like it. Retcons, baby. First of all, why did Goku say that Super Saiyan 3 was the last one? By the way, it is for one battle. He said that Super Saiyan 3 was his strongest form. That is the continuity error. Because afterwards, it makes sense. Now, I know people are gonna say, like, oh yeah, hey, Goku forgot he had Super Saiyan 4. I'm just gonna say he lied to Beerus for no particular reason at all. He just lied and said that. Also, the explanation for the different universes, forgotten, I guess. I mean, it was 3 years later, so maybe they just forgot. And Shin and Kibito, off-screen refusion, I guess. I don't know. Alright, if you're gonna comment down below and say that I am coping, I am. I am. Because this show gives me nothing to work with. Not at all. If there was like a memory wipe, which I would have not liked, I would have still accepted. But they gave me nothing at the end of this show. I defended this stuff. People are also saying, oh, different continuities. But I want Super Saiyan 4 in the main continuity, so I'll force this in if I have to. I can't force in GT. I can't do that. GT is impossible to put in here because of how much stuff has already happened. We have like Beast Gohan, Orange Piccolo, God Forms and Ultra Instinct, Beerus and Whis. We can't fit in GT, but we can potentially fit in here. And I will. Like, it's basically a square going into a triangle. I'm grabbing that hammer and I'm turning that square into a triangle. If I have to, I don't care. But there's my headcanon explanations for why stuff happened. Goku lied. We have the fact that they refused off screen, and also the fact that everyone just forgot about the multiverse, I guess. There you go. That's my explanation. I don't care. You can disagree with it all you want. I don't care. It's just, that's all I got. Because outside of that, I sadly enough have nothing to work with. Alright, now let's talk about the problems with this show itself, because, fusion bugs, huh? You remember those things kind of teased and then thrown away? It wasn't even used as a gag. Nobody used it. Really? They could have just had a gag fusion or something like that, but nobody fuses with the fusion bugs. It's just a plot that was introduced, and I know it's like, you know, well, the fans speculate that it was going to be used. Yes! They did, and that is kind of like WandaVision, but it's also exactly like WandaVision. You put it upon yourself by introducing that stuff. WandaVision gave us Quicksilver, but it was a boner joke after all. Here we have fusion bugs, but oops, dropped the bag, gone they are, sadly enough. It's just like, really? Oh, come on, dude. This is bad, okay? This is terrible. Why didn't you use that? Also, a personal thing. Why no Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta? We had a whole episode dedicated to Super Saiyan 4 Kid Goku. Neva could have unlocked Super Saiyan 4 inside of Vegeta, skipping the training phase. And we could have had Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta fight against Goma. That would have been pretty cool. Maybe even done like a combined attack where Vegeta charges up the Final Flash and Goku charges up the Kamehameha. And they fire it together, and then the beams like combine into each other to form, in a way, the final Kamehameha. That would have been cool, but no, we didn't get any of that stuff. And we also have some plot stuff that just wasn't resolved. At least that's what Twitter keeps telling me. But to be honest, my memory sucks. It's horrible. I don't remember any of that stuff. Like, I don't know what plot threads are left unresolved outside of the canon stuff, but I have seen people just, once again, canon debate's gonna happen. What a shame. But I personally, I will admit, don't know what the empty plot threads are. I just see missed opportunities like fusion bugs, or no explanation for, you know, any contradictions to Dragon Ball Super, or the fact that, you know, there are no teases for Dragon Ball Super. This could have ended with like Beerus sleeping. However, I have seen some speculation that I also want to talk about, and that is the fact that apparently this has been going on for years, by the way, but Shueisha will not give Toei the rights to do anime adaptations of manga chapters. That is why the manga has not been adapted yet. That is the official story. You can check it out in full detail on the Geekdom 101 channel. But that is basically the story. They can't use that stuff. So maybe instead of focusing on Super, what they're gonna do is they're gonna build off of Daima and literally turn them into two separate continuities, which could be a possibility. Who knows? And I'm not saying we're gonna get Dragon Ball Daima Season 2. They could create a completely new Dragon Ball series that follows up on Dragon Ball Daima. Oh, by the way, also for a continuity thing, I just popped into my head. I was thinking about this before, forgot about it, remembered. Fantastic that I remembered it. But End of Z does not line up with Dragon Ball Super either. That's also a big continuity error with End of Z. That's the one I forgot. But overall, this show has been kind of a bit of a ride, hasn't it? It has been fun at a lot of times. It's had a filler episode that was amazing and placed completely wrong. It has given us Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta and Super Saiyan 4 Goku. But also, it has left empty promises around, no real fixing in the continuity, which I will hold against it. It's such a difficult show for me to talk about, because I'm not gonna blind myself by saying that, oh, this is a masterpiece because Toriyama worked on it, and this was the last thing he actually did. And he actually worked on this thing more than he worked on Super, by the way. Because the way that it has always been said is the fact that Toriyama gave notes to Toyotaro and to Toei about how the storyline's gonna go. And they wrote it. Toriyama did not write it. They wrote the storylines. However, Toriyama wrote this. After basically seeing an outline from Toei, he was like, hey, fine, I'll do it myself. Simple as that. He'll do it himself. And he wrote this thing. And you can see where he wrote the parts. And the fact that he made Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta canon was perfect. I wish he made Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta canon as well, just before he passed away. But let's be honest here. I'm just gonna say it right now. the design of Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta would have been just like Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, but then with like the red hair, bigger arms. By the way, the bigger arms looked way better on adult Goku than they did on Kid Goku. They looked out of place on Kid Goku, but I love them on adult Goku. And you can't really call this show the Goku show because of the fact that Ku is the one who beats the main bad guy. But overall, this show is a bit disappointing, I guess. So I guess I'm gonna do the one thing that I normally do on a Thursday and go into final verdicts. So my final verdict for Dragon Ball Daima is gonna be an 8 out of 10. I will take away points for the fusion bugs not being done, and also the fact, you know, that there were story problems. I'm not gonna be blind to that. There are story problems. This was a first draft script, and I think the reason for that is because of the fact it was Toriyama. You don't say no to Toriyama. What he makes is a masterpiece. Someone should have looked it over and been like, about this. But they couldn't do that because apparently, as they admitted, before the finale was written, they already started work on it. So basically, they started work on this thing before they knew how it was going to end. So they couldn't really go back and redo the work. So an 8 out of 10 is what I'm gonna give it. And yeah, I wish it was that 10 out of 10. I really do. But I will say this, I would rather watch this than Super. I know that might be blasphemous to say, but Super made me angry. This one just left me like, really, why didn't you just use that? Super was like, you. I want to have a word with the people that decided this, okay? With the person that decided the Future Trunks arc should end that way. What was that Super Saiyan Rage stuff about? What was that Spirit Bomb stuff about? Why was the timeline erased? I don't like you people, okay? This is not a good idea. This is a stupid idea. Someone should have stopped the person who chose this. And I know that the ending was chosen by Toriyama. Everything else, I don't know who chose all that stuff. But the ending was chosen by Toriyama. Someone should have said no. Just like how the original Android saga was gonna go. Someone should have just said no. Simple as that. Because originally there was no 17 and 18 nor Cell. It was 18. It was 19 and 20, I think, for the whole thing. But then, like, the editor was like, hey, change it up a bit, okay, Toriyama? This is stupid. And he did. And we got the Cell Saga, which is not perfect, but is still my favorite saga in Dragon Ball Z. I love the build up towards Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Also, another continuity error. Little bit of a thing that I just noticed. Now, I know people don't like Resurrection F, but I really want to talk about it. So, Frieza was scared of Super Saiyan way back in Dragon Ball Z, right? He was terrified of that. That's why he blew up Planet Vegeta. He, apparently in Dragon Ball Super, he was also scared of Super Saiyan God, as it was retconned that he was also so scared of Super Saiyan God. So, why this Frieza never trained? Just explain that to me. Why did he not train? Because apparently in 4 months, he can get as strong as a god. Well, Super Saiyan God in that sense. He can get to the level of Super Saiyan Blue in 4 months. That's already way beyond what a Super Saiyan can offer. So, that's also a continuity error. See, Dragon Ball is filled with continuity errors. You just gotta accept it and join in for the ride. Maybe Toyotaro will make sense of all of this in the manga. Maybe he won't. Who's to say? But overall, I enjoyed Daima even if it had some big problems. So, let me know what you guys thought about the Dragon Ball Daima in the comment section down below. And with that being said, thank you all so very much for watching, and I do hope you guys have enjoyed. And if you did, please like button, subscribe if you're new, if that's already. Turn on notifications, and don't forget to check out the Let's Play channel. Link in the description and at the end of the video. And I have a wee announcement before I leave completely. And that is the fact that I'm not done with Dragon Ball yet. I am only beginning. Because for a couple of weeks this year, I have been recording reviews, episode talks mainly, of the Dragon Ball anime, the original one. So yes, starting next week, we will start episode talks of the original Dragon Ball series every single week. I've recorded a bunch of that already. I will also be doing Pokemon at the end of March, but Dragon Ball will start next week. So hopefully people will join me for that journey as well. I had a lot of fun talking about that. And yeah, that is what I will be doing next. Bye!